happy Canada Day for the Canadians watching this. Have an exciting video. We're going to talk about the importance of new content and series, and of course, off the back foot of the announcement, Qyou signs 5 exclusive comedy shows. But first things first, Kurt, how are you?
I'm doing great. Happy Independence Day to the Americans watching, coming on Monday, and happy Canada Day to the Canadians.
Well, here, going on. Look, let me throw it to you. Do you want to kind of go over the press release first, and we'll talk about how important it is and how it relates to some other channels?
Yeah, I mean, in the media space, there's always the discussion of what's king, distribution or content, and it depends on what day you ask me. Actually, they're both king. But the bottom line is that content, historically, at the end of the day, you can make a really strong argument that it's all about the content. That's all that matters. And that if you have great content, then the rest will all happen. And we subscribe to that in many ways. And I mean, if you look at media history, particularly television, you look at HBO. HBO was a movie channel that then started doing original content, and that original content, the movie channels were movies that you could see in many other places, many other ways, on home video and movie theaters, et cetera. So it wasn't unique to HBO. Then they started to do original series, and it started a long time ago, but they had a show called The Sopranos, which kind of changed the whole reason that people subscribed to HBO and watched HBO. In more later years, it became Game of Thrones that became the driver for why people would talk about HBO. And it was all based on original content that was created for them. There's a channel here in the US called AMC. AMC actually stood for American Movie Classics. There aren't any movies on AMC anymore. It has nothing to do with movies. It's all about original shows, which started with the TV series Mad Men, that was produced while I was at Lionsgate, and that became the driver for that whole channel. You can take even mainstream channels that would be more like us, like we're a Hindi general entertainment channel now, that, as people know, are pushing up against the big boys. Well, Fox Network came on as the 4th network in the United States after ABC, CBS, and NBC. And Fox was struggling like hell. A lot of people thought Fox wasn't going to get there. Then they had 2 shows. One was called The Simpsons, an animated show. Guess what? We have animated shows, and which is among our most popular. And the other one was American Idol. And it changed the complete face of the Fox broadcast network, and then allowed them to get into NFL football and all sorts of other things. We're playing in a different field right now, but as a lot of people know, we are re-editing and working with content that comes from digital media, so it's potential that it has availability other places. Well, what we're doing is we're going to move, with success, we'll move into original programming that is exclusive programming just for us, which is what we're doing. So as we find these series that are popular, guess what we're going to do? We're going to produce more shows with that creator and with that talent exclusively on Qyou India. So that's what's happening behind all of this. So when we announce 5 new comedy shows, that's 5 new shows that in its first iteration, what does it do? It drives traffic and interest in our channel, because these creators for this content are blasting out on social media. Watch my show tonight at 8 o'clock on Thursday night on the Qyou. And even though that's content that we've licensed and repackaged and made some original stuff happen, ultimately, if that artist becomes super popular, trust me, we're going to be right behind that, creating exclusive new shows for our channel, just like the same reason HBO ordered 10 seasons of The Sopranos, American Idol's still on the air, Simpsons is still being created, et cetera, et cetera. It didn't start there. They didn't start on The Simpsons and go, let's do 25 seasons of the show. No, you start with a pilot, and then you see if people like it, et cetera. We're basically doing the same thing. You can think of all of those series that we just announced as being pilot episodes that, in success, trust me, we'll chase that thing like there's a fire alarm going off. So that's really what this is all about. And that's why it's so important that we're out. People have to remember, we're all about tapping into mining, if you will, for the crypto miners and the physical miners of Canada. We're mining the best creators that are found in the world of India social media, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or this, that, or the other thing. Then we bring those on to our channel. We test and find out if people are responding to it. And when they are, boom, we give them more of that. It sounds simple. It's not that simple, but in a conceptual way, it really is. And that's major part of the reason that we're running at 45 GRP for 3 months straight now, which is, just phenomenal.
Yeah, it really, when you take a few step backs and realize where you guys were, months ago,
Yeah.
even a year ago, I remember us doing videos. So extremely exciting stuff. And I think you packaged that perfectly. Important to realize some of the other channels that exist and their big successes, and what you guys were doing. Really packaging the best of social media, and now making things exclusive where people can only find it on the Qyou. So extremely interesting. Is there anything else that we want to unpackage about kind of content and some of these new shows?
Well, I think there's a couple things. One is this content is what drives audience. So people have to realize as well, for 3 straight months now, we've been averaging every week nearly 100 million impressions, people watching the channel. That's a lot of people, okay? As a result of that, we have massively increased our advertising strength and the amount of money we can charge and the types of advertisers, and that results directly in more revenue. What does it also result in? It results in the top social media and digital stars of India going, wow, how do I get onto the Qyou? How is that possible? So we have more inquiries coming into us now from top digital content creators and social stars in India who are asking us, hey, how do we get a show onto Qyou India? So, this stuff feeds upon itself. And the thing is when we've gone 3 months at basically close to 100 million people a week watching, that also means we're solidifying our fan base. It's not like we shot up 1 week and it happened, and then the next week it went back down to 10. No. This has been very consistent. 45 GRP. We aspire towards much more than that. But the fact of the matter is being at 45 GRP, and it's always going to go up and down. For those that follow us closely, we experiment all the time because we have to. We can't sit it there and just go, okay, let's just hold on and hope that it keeps going. No. We're constantly experimenting. And then there's a 2-week lag before we get that data back. We might say, God, that took us from 47 down to 41. Shit. Okay, let's not do that anymore. And we go back the other way. So it's a constant process. It never stays like dead even. If it stayed dead even, that would mean you were never trying to build your number. You can't build the number unless you experiment. And so these are the day-to-day operational things that we're doing. And thankfully, we've got, what I consider to be a world-class management team doing it in India right now. So it's super exciting.
Yeah, awesome. To unpack a little bit there, 45 GRP instead of you guys always chasing. Now there's some inbound opportunity, which is extremely exciting, and looking forward to seeing some new shows as well. Anything else you wanted to say while we're on the kind of subject of content?
Well, I think, look, we are developing right now all sorts of different series. We're working on a number of different ways to up-level all the stuff that we're doing on the channel. We always remain true to our roots, which is all about social media, social stars, digital content creators. So we're not going to take the big Indian star Shah Rukh Khan and put him into a show just because he's a big movie star. We're going to take the top social and digital stars, and that's what we're all about. We've just recently started promoting our slogan, Zara Hatke, which means a little different, a little offbeat. We're trying to get people to realize that what we're doing is different than what anybody else is doing in India right now. And so, all of this influx of content, and when you see these announcements about shows, et cetera, this is a pipeline that's constantly moving and evolving. And as we get more revenue, we can make higher and higher budget shows, and we can get higher and higher quality digital stars associated with that stuff. So there's a lot to come. And, just between now and the end of this year, you can expect to see more announcements about programs and shows that we're launching. And obviously you'll see that continue through 2022 and beyond.
Yeah, awesome. Well, here, I guess we can leave it there. Some exciting updates to come. I know we're expecting some good flow here. Kurt, thanks so much again. Hopefully you have a great July 4th.
Yep.
Hopefully everyone watching had a great Canada Day as well. But looking forward to chatting again here soon.
Cool. Good seeing you, Jason. Talk to you soon.